Welcome everyone to our listing at 6913 Fairway Drive in Westmoreland. County is Oneida. Zip code 13490. Westmoreland School District. What we have here is a foreclosure. It's a VRM, and that may mean nothing to you, and all it means is that it was owned by a vet. So this is a Veterans Administration government-owned property. What's unique about those types of properties is that right off the bat, investors and owner-occupants can bid simultaneously. Now, this has gone through its initial 2-day bid period, so they look at offers daily when they're submitted. Okay, so what we have here is about 1,300 square feet, located on a lot size of 100 by 125. It's got a really good curb appeal, and the yard is looking good. Exterior looks good. All right, so as we enter through and bring us into the kitchen, still not too bad. And what I mean that is that, yeah, there is a catch. Unfortunately, when properties are priced, yeah, right up there. Now, you're going to see this in various places, and all we can say is that it's a mold-like substance. It may smell like mold, it may look like mold, but we cannot say that it is mold unless a professional tests it. So let me just kind of forewarn you on one respect. If you buy this house with any kind of financing, most likely the appraiser is going to see that, and they're going to ask for it to be tested and then remediated, abated professionally, which means that you would need to get a rehab loan. Now we're talking about owner-occupants, okay? A rehab loan like an FHA 203K or a conventional loan with a escrow holdback, as they call it. Both of them are rehab loans, and they add the price of whatever it is that they find wrong with the house, mechanically, cosmetically, or in this case, the mold-like substance, and the cost of repair would have to be added into the property mortgage. I'll give you an example. If a property is on the market for $100,000 and you pay $100,000, but it's going to require $20,000 worth of rehab, then you would get a mortgage for $120,000. After the closing, the entity that's selling this gets their $100,000, and $20,000 goes into a special escrow account at the bank that you are getting your mortgage at. And then the receipts, or I should say the invoices that you have in your hand, or estimates, I should say, from your contractor, they get to work after the closing. And then once you have all your receipts and all the things that you actually expended on it, you hand it to the bank, they come out, inspect, and then they reimburse those bills for the amount, up to the amount that you had put into your escrow account. And if you don't use some of that $20,000, in this case we're just using that as just a figure, not necessarily here, then you get that money knocked off the back end of your mortgage, okay? Thought I'd go into, and if you're an investor, typically, in my experience, all investors purchase this cash. They get it from an angel investor, hard money lender, their 401k, money in the bank. That's how they purchase these. They rehab them, and either they flip them or they go ahead and rent them out. Okay, the offending party to any home when it comes to mold-like substances is usually the basement. And what I mean by that is, and you can see the telltale marks, it may have been some water down here. You look on the walls, you look on metal objects such as that, see the bottom of the furnace there? That'll tell you, and usually it'll show you how high the water was at its highest point. The banks do a pretty good job of trying to extricate the water and keep it out while it's being marketed. But prior to that, that's where the damage is usually done, and you just have to deal with it. And not everybody is going to want to, or is capable, or feels comfortable with that. I've done them with my wife and I and my father-in-law, mother-in-law. We worked on some of these, and we bought them like this before. So a couple of them that had 3 feet of water. One in particular had 3 feet of water in the basement. You just clean it up, man. That's what we did. And I'm not saying that everybody should do that. I'm just saying that's what we did. And there's a set of protocols that you want to follow when you're cleaning these things up. But you see the hot water tank there? See the post there? So they probably had about a foot of water. And if it stands for any length of time, then, these porous materials such as wood, like this, is going to be affected. All right. My suggestion is you talk to a professional, watch a couple of YouTube videos on this subject so you get better educated to understand just exactly, what you're up against when you, purchase a home with quote-unquote mold-like substances. Got any questions? Give us a call, 315-695-6434.